Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the Nintendo Direct is officially over, and while Fire Emblem fans were sorely disappointed, Advanced Wars fans rejoiced. Now, if it looks like I'm red in the face, it's because I am. I have been screaming a lot. I mean, I think my reaction speaks for itself.
No way! What? No way! Wait. Oh my god!
So yeah, in case you don't know, I'm a huge Advanced Wars fan. So aside from Fire Emblem, it is probably my biggest passion. I've been playing it for over 15 years. I still play it to this day. I do Advanced Wars streams on my channel. I have tons of Advanced Wars contents, Let's Plays of all the Advanced Wars games. I am a huge Advanced Wars fan, and I never in a million years expected them to actually do a remake for the Switch. I've been talking about how it would be cool for a long time, but I actually never expected Nintendo to actually do it. Not only are they doing a remake, but we also have a release date, which is insane. So what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm going to just break down every bit of the trailer and just talk about everything I see in there. So let's get going. So the first thing we see is Nell, the figurehead of Advanced Wars, the menu girl from the first and second game, and she is looking amazing. I really like the way she looks here. It seems like they're definitely using Advanced Wars 1 Nell over Advanced Wars 2 Nell, because she looks a little younger here. I really like the fact that they added a beauty mark under her eye. She has her hat, and she does a little playful wink. It looks absolutely great. We then get to see a shot of an overland battle, and this is from Chapter 7 of the Advanced Wars 1 prologue, the map called Copter Tactics, where Nell is showing you how to win by HQ cap. We then get to see a battle between Nell and Olaf's artillery, with Nell shelling Olaf, and we can also see that Olaf has a little bit of a response to the outcome of the battle here. This is taken from Advanced Wars 1, where the COs would actually react whether or not they lost or won. This is something they scrapped in Advanced Wars 2 and beyond, but I actually really like the little commander reactions, and I'm very glad to see that it's returned. We then get to see some footage of an infantry capturing a building in traditional Advanced Wars fashion, which is jumping on top of the building until it flattens. And for the record, this map right here is from Chapter 6 of the Advanced Wars 1 campaign. It's called Olaf's Navy. It's a map where you have to circumvent Olaf's huge navy by moving inland. It's a bit of a lesson there that kind of naval units suck. Next up, we see a clip of Andy's mechs in the mountains shooting down on Olaf's APC on a city. I actually recreated this in Advanced Wars 1 just to see if the mechs would do the same amount of damage, and it does indeed look like mechs are gonna have the same firepower. Looks like they're not nerfing mechs. Good times. We then get a shot of Andy, the guy who doesn't know what an airport is, attacking Eagle with some anti-air versus fighters. And once again, I recreated the scene in Advanced Wars 1 to see if there were any change in numbers, and it seems like in both versions they do the same damage. So it looks like the damage values are going to be quite similar in this remake, although maybe they'll do some other balance changes, I don't know. So up next, we get to see a clip of Max's battlecopters attacking Drake's cruiser, and this is very interesting for a number of reasons. This tells us a lot about how the remake is going to be. As always, I recreated this battle scene in Advanced Wars 1, and the damage values appear to be the same. However, in the remake, they cut away before we get to see Drake retaliate against Max, so we don't get to see if Drake's ships will have increased firepower in the remake. However, they do appear to have the same level of defense. At least Max appears to do the same level of damage to Drake, since the damage values are similar between the clips. And this leads me to believe that Max is going to be absolutely broken. If Max is at his Advanced Wars 1 power level in the remake, he is going to be the best CO in the game. If you don't know, in Advanced Wars 1, Max had a day-to-day 50% firepower boost. It made him hilariously broken. Another very interesting thing we get to see here is that Drake doesn't seem to get his 2 terrain stars anymore. In Advanced Wars 1, Drake had extra defense for his naval units, however, it manifested itself in showing them as having 2 extra terrain stars, which was a very weird way of doing it, but that's how they did it. In this clip, we can see that Drake does not get the 2 extra terrain stars. However, he takes the same amount of damage from Max's battlecopters, which leads me to believe that either he just gets the 20% defense passively now, or it could alternatively mean that Drake doesn't have the defense boost and that Max just does a little bit less damage. So that could be an alternative as well. Lastly, seeing this clip and seeing how much damage battlecopters do to cruisers pretty much confirms to me that naval units are going to be garbage in the remake as well. In case you don't know, naval units are pretty much a meme. They never see any use in competitive play. They're way too expensive, they don't really do a lot, and they get hard countered by air units. The cruiser, which you see getting attacked here, is supposed to be the anti-air unit on water. And yet, if the battlecopters get to strike firsts, they absolutely demolish it. And keep in mind, this is not just a regular regular cruiser either. This is a Drake cruiser. He's supposed to be the best naval commander in the game, and yet they still get countered by battlecopters. So I am absolutely convinced here that unless we see some major changes being done to the game, naval units are never going to see any play, and air units are going to hard counter them into oblivion. And up next, we get to see Sami looking hella cute. She looks absolutely amazing in this game, and we see her mechs go up against combi tanks. And as always, I recreated the scene and it looks like the damage values are exactly similar, which leads me to believe that Combi is going to be at his regular 20-20, not his 30-30 from Advanced Wars 2. Of course, there might be a difference from game to game. Maybe when you play the Advanced Wars 1 remake, maybe you'll face the Advanced Wars 1 COs, and then in Advanced Wars 2, you'll face the Advanced Wars 2 COs. This could very well be the case, and honestly, would probably be a lot more balanced, so I'm very interested in seeing how they're going to do this. And then we get to see a very short but extremely informative clip of a deployment screen, so we get to see some unit prices, and by the looks of things, units are going to cost exactly the same in this game, at least the ground units that we see right here. We see the tank, the medium tank, the APC, the artillery, the rockets, the anti-air, and the missiles, all have the same price as they did in the original. We can even see the stats of the medium tank over on the right-hand side there, and it seems like it's going to be exactly similar as well. So by the looks of things, this seems to be a very faithful remake. So this makes me extremely happy and worried at the same time. Happy because they're probably not going to screw up my favorite game, but also worried because it seems like they're not touching the balance at all. And Advanced Wars is an extremely unbalanced game, and if there's going to be a competitive scene, it's going to be cancerous as hell. So up next, we get to see a shot of a battle, and this appears to be Chapter 6 of the Advanced Wars 1 campaign. It's called Blizzard Battle. It is a map where you fight against Olaf, and the goal is to capture properties. And we can see that properties are displayed on the top of the screen. We can see that the Orange Star Army has 6 properties, and the Blue Moon Army has 9 properties. We also get to see damage values here, a medium tank attacking a regular normal tank. And it's not so easy to see which CO we are using here, but we get to see a brief shot of Max's face. We actually do see that this is a Max versus Olaf simulation. And this, of course, allows us to see if Max truly is going to be as overpowered in Advanced Wars 1 as he used to be. And it seems like he will be. Please, dear Nintendo, balance this game. I beg of you. The competitive scene is not gonna work if Max is this overpowered. Oh god. We then get to see the introduction to Chapter 3 from the Advanced Wars campaign called Air Ace, where you first run into Eagle. We get to see how the dialogue is going to be presented, and it also seems like the unit placements for this map, at least according to the Advanced Wars 1 normal campaign, is completely similar, down to the unit placement. So again, this looks to be an incredibly faithful remake. We then get to see a clip of Grit doing the finger bang, and he looks absolutely amazing here. We get to see some of his rockets shooting on an APC. And here, in this clip, they do 9 points of damage, but when I simulated the battle in Advanced Wars 1, they only did 8 points of damage. So either Grit is a little stronger in the remake, or maybe they captured him using his power, or maybe there's some luck modifier still going on. In case you don't know, in Advanced Wars there's a 5% luck modifier, so damage can either do 5% more or 5% less damage. So if the values of my recreated cutscenes don't do the same, it could also be down to luck. We then get to see a clip from what seems to be Chapter 13 of the prologue, a map named Fog of War, which is one of the last prologue missions where you fight against Olaf, and we get to see Nell unloading a mech onto a mountain to increase its vision range by 5. Again, this is all pretty damn standard, nothing new to report here. And it ends with Nell wiping out some Olaf tanks on his HQ, probably to win the map. And then we get some confirmation that we're going to be able to play the campaigns from both Advanced Wars 1 and Advanced Wars 2. However, in this trailer, we have not seen a single clip from Advanced Wars 2. Only Advanced Wars 1. So maybe they're still working on it, maybe they're not comfortable showing it off yet. But I am very happy that both games are going to be part of the reboots. I'm very much wondering, again, if we're going to be able to play the Advanced Wars 1 COs and the Advanced Wars 2 COs, if they're going to be part of a separate game, if you will. This is probably something I'm going to do a little bit of a video on, whether or not they're going to try and keep the two games separate, or whether or not they're going to try and like mash them together in one game. Because of course in Advanced Wars 2 you have superpowers and more COs. That will have a pretty big impact on the campaign from Advanced Wars 1 if we're going to try to have Advanced Wars 2 COs take part in that campaign. So I do hope that that's not going to be the case. I do think it's probably best to separate the two games, but again, it's going to be very interesting to see how they're going to do it. And then they end things off by showing us the release date. This game is going to be out on the 3rd of December. So it's going to be a nice little Christmas gift for us all. Ooh, maybe I'll have to remake the 12 Days of Advanced Wars video now. Anyway, I am super stoked for this, guys, and to everyone asking me if I intend to live stream it or play it on the channel, hell yes, there's going to be so much Advanced Wars Wars content coming up on this channel, guys. You have no idea. This is probably what I'm gonna be doing for a majority of 2022. So with that out of the way, I would like to end this with some closing thoughts on the trailer itself. I have been very positive up until this moment, and I am extremely hyped that this game is coming out. However, I do have some minor criticisms as well. I am not a huge fan of the art style, if I'm going to be completely honest. Some of the COs look pretty good, but the game looks overly cartoonish to me. If you compare this clip of a soldier capping a building, this soldier right here just kind of seems clumsy, like he's made of jello. And if we compare this clip of mechs shooting from the mountains, the way they wave their bazookas around just makes it seem like they're off balance. They don't really seem like professional soldiers to me, but more like Looney Tune soldiers, like just joking around. I also will say that I'm not a big fan of how the overland maps look. It just looks too cartoonish. Almost like someone reconstructed Advanced Wars using Legos. I think I would have preferred a much more gritty style for my Advanced Wars. I am also extremely concerned about the multiplayer competitive scene. It doesn't seem like they're gonna do any balance changes to the COs, and that makes me very worried. I hope they're gonna give us some options to, for example, ban COs from quick matches or something like that, or at least have some control of who we go up against. I predict that everyone and their mother is just gonna play Max all the time, and we're just gonna see a bunch of Max versus Max mirror matches, because he is one of the most broken COs in Advanced Wars 1. I also hope that they're gonna try to at least fix naval units, not make them super overpriced and useless, or else we're simply not going to see them, and commanders like Drake are never gonna be played at all. Anyway guys, I probably have like 5 or 6 different videos in my head right now that I want to make about this game and its upcoming release. I am super hyped for this. Even if I am a little bit worried, I am also super excited for this. One of the things I'm looking forward to the most is to play against you guys live on stream. I also look forward to doing things like potentially casting multiplayer matches and being part of tournaments. This has a ton of potential, guys. So let me know what you thought about this analysis and the trailer itself in the comment section below. What are you guys excited for in terms of the new Advanced Wars game? And what are some of the things you're worried about? Let me know about it, and remember to give this video a like and a comment, and subscribe for more Advanced Wars content. There's going to be a lot more coming your way. Anyway, my name is Mangs. I'm still excited. I need to go lie down. I'll see you guys later.